Did you know that some fruits that seem healthy can actually be harmful to seniors? Certain fruits can worsen conditions like diabetes, digestive issues, or heart disease. They can be harmful to your body if they're not right for your health. In this video, we'll point out 7 fruits seniors should avoid and suggest healthier alternatives. Don't miss out. Your health deserves to be protected and cared for. Like this video if you care about your health and subscribe for more useful tips. 1. Grapes, the hidden danger. Grapes are a favorite for many, especially among seniors. They're sweet, refreshing, and packed with antioxidants that help keep our bodies healthy. They're easy to snack on and make a great addition to any meal. But like with many things, too much of a good thing can cause problems. While grapes are full of benefits, they can be tricky when eaten in large amounts. They're naturally high in sugar, and consuming too many can lead to gastrointestinal distress or even raise blood sugar levels, which is a real concern for seniors, especially those dealing with diabetes. Take Nancy, for example. She's 72, active, and loves snacking on grapes. For a while, she noticed some discomfort in her stomach after meals. She couldn't quite figure out why until her doctor ran some tests. Her blood sugar was higher than normal, and that's when Nancy realized that her love for grapes might be the cause. Despite being a healthy food, grapes were spiking her blood sugar and causing digestive issues when she ate too many. Experts agree that even natural sugars, like those found in fruit, can affect blood sugar levels if we're not careful. For seniors, especially those with diabetes or insulin sensitivity, this can lead to problems down the road. It's important to balance fruit intake and be mindful of sugar content. If you love grapes but want to avoid those sugar spikes, try limiting how many you eat in one sitting. Pair them with a protein like cheese or nuts to help balance your blood sugar levels. Or consider switching to fruits that have a lower sugar content, like berries. They're just as tasty and a little gentler on your body. Enjoy the sweetness of grapes, but in moderation, and your body will thank you for it. 2. Pineapple, a throat and stomach irritant. Pineapple is one of those tropical fruits that's packed with vitamin C, which is great for boosting immunity. It's a popular choice in many tropical diets, and it's not hard to see why. The bright, sweet taste can make any dish feel like a vacation. But while it's delicious and healthy, it can also have a downside, especially for seniors. Pineapple contains a protein-digesting enzyme called bromelain. While bromelain is known for its potential health benefits, it can also irritate the throat and digestive system. For seniors, especially those with more sensitive stomachs or issues like acid reflux, eating pineapple can sometimes make things worse. It's especially tricky if you're already dealing with heartburn or GERD, which is common as we get older. Let me tell you about John, a 68-year-old man who has struggled with acid reflux for years. He always loved pineapple, thinking it was a healthy snack. But recently he noticed that every time he ate it, his acid reflux would flare up more than usual. His throat would burn, and he'd feel discomfort in his stomach. After speaking with his doctor, he learned that bromelain was likely making his GERD symptoms worse. It wasn't just the acidity of the fruit. It was the enzyme that was adding to the problem. Experts say that bromelain can actually make GERD worse. It can irritate the lining of the throat and stomach, leading to more discomfort. So if you're dealing with acid reflux, it might be time to rethink that fresh pineapple. Here's a simple tip. Try canned pineapple, which tends to have a lower acidity, or you could switch to fruits like pears, which are much gentler on the stomach. If you enjoy pineapple for its vitamin C, remember that there are other options, like oranges or strawberries, which can give you the same benefits without the irritation. Your body will thank you for it. 3. Mango, blood sugar spikes. Mangoes are one of the most delicious fruits out there, packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. They taste sweet and refreshing, making them a popular choice for many. But there's a catch. Mangoes are also high in sugars. While this may not be a problem for most people, it can be a concern for those with certain health conditions, especially seniors who have diabetes or prediabetes. For seniors with diabetes, keeping blood sugar levels stable is really important. Eating too much of a fruit like mango can lead to rapid spikes in blood sugar. That's because mangoes have a high glycemic index. The glycemic index is a measure of how quickly a food raises blood sugar levels after being eaten. Foods with a high glycemic index can cause sharp increases in blood sugar, which isn't ideal for people managing diabetes. Take Helen, for example. She's 75 years old and has been living with diabetes for years. She loves mangoes, and lately she'd been eating them quite frequently. Unfortunately, this caused her blood sugar levels to rise dangerously high. It wasn't the mango itself that was the problem, it was the amount she was eating. Once she reduced her mango intake, her blood sugar levels started to improve. If you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, it's important to be mindful of how much mango you're consuming. Research has shown that mango has a glycemic index higher than many other fruits, so it can be a bit risky for people managing blood sugar. However, this doesn't mean you have to give up mango entirely. The key is moderation. If you want to enjoy mango, try having a small portion and pair it with a protein or healthy fat to help balance your blood sugar. Alternatively, consider opting for fruits with a lower glycemic index, like apples or plums. These fruits are gentler on blood sugar levels, making them a safer choice for those with diabetes or prediabetes. So while mangoes are a delicious treat, it's always best to enjoy them in moderation to keep your blood sugar in check. 4. Citrus fruits: oranges, lemons, limes. Tooth erosion and acid reflux. Citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and limes are packed with vitamin C and are often considered a healthy choice. But for seniors, there are some hidden risks that can come with eating them regularly. These fruits are highly acidic, and that acidity can affect your teeth and your digestive system in ways you might not expect. The high acidity in citrus fruits can lead to tooth enamel erosion, something many older adults are more susceptible to. The enamel on our teeth naturally wears down over time, and the acids in these fruits can speed up that process. For example, let's talk about Barbara, a 70-year-old woman who started noticing a lot more tooth sensitivity after she began eating oranges more often. She didn't think much of it at first, but soon, every time she bit into something cold or hot, her teeth would hurt. That's a sign of enamel erosion, which can make teeth more vulnerable to decay and sensitivity. But that's not all. Citrus fruits can also worsen acid reflux, which is another common issue as we get older. The acidity in these fruits can irritate the esophagus and lead to more frequent or severe heartburn. This is something to keep in mind if you already struggle with acid reflux symptoms, as citrus can make it worse. Experts suggest that seniors be mindful of how much citrus they consume, especially if they notice tooth sensitivity or if they already deal with acid reflux. One simple tip to help protect your teeth is to drink citrus juices through a straw. This reduces the amount of acid that comes into contact with your teeth. Another option is to swap out citrus fruits for less acidic options, like melons or bananas, which can still give you a dose of healthy nutrients without all the acid. By making small changes like these, you can enjoy the benefits of citrus fruits without putting your teeth or digestive health at risk. Just remember, it's all about balance and being mindful of your body's signals. 5. Avocados, a hidden fat trap. Avocados are often called a superfood, and for good reason. They're full of vitamins, fiber, and healthy fats. But did you know that not all fats are good for everyone? While these fats are considered healthy, they're also calorie-dense, which means they pack a lot of energy in a small serving. For seniors, keeping a healthy weight can be tricky, especially when foods like avocados seem so good for you. The problem is that these healthy fats can quickly add up in calories. If you're not careful, those extra calories can lead to weight gain, and that's something you want to avoid as you age. Take Mark, for example. He's a 69-year-old retired chef who always thought eating healthy meant loading up on avocados. But over time, he noticed that his waistline was expanding. Despite his efforts to eat well, the extra calories from his avocado habit started to catch up with him. Experts point out that while avocado is a great source of healthy fats, consuming too many high-calorie foods like it can contribute to unwanted weight gain. And for seniors, maintaining a healthy weight is even more important, especially if there's a risk of heart disease. So, how can you enjoy avocados without the risk? A good rule of thumb is to limit your avocado intake to just a few times a week. Pair it with lighter, lower-calorie foods, like leafy greens, to balance it out. This way, you can still enjoy the benefits of avocados without worrying about packing on extra pounds. 6. Papaya, the danger for those on blood thinners. Papaya is often hailed as a tropical fruit with a number of health benefits, It's known for its ability to aid digestion and is a common part of many tropical diets. With its sweet taste and vibrant color, it's easy to see why it's so popular. However, there's something important you should know, especially if you're on blood thinners. Papaya contains an enzyme called papain. While papain is great for digestion, it can pose a risk to those taking blood-thinning medications, like warfarin. Papain has natural anticoagulant effects, meaning it can affect how your blood clots, which can increase your risk of bleeding. This can be a serious concern, especially if you're already on medication to thin your blood. Take, for example, Edward, an 80-year-old gentleman who was on blood thinners. He loved papaya and ate it regularly, thinking it was just another healthy addition to his diet. But over time, he started noticing frequent nosebleeds and bruising. After consulting his doctor, he discovered that the papaya was interacting with his medication and contributing to these issues. Experts warn that papain's effects can interfere with the way blood-thinning medications work, making it harder for your blood to clot when needed. This means that if you're on blood thinners, you could face an increased risk of bleeding, even from minor cuts or injuries. So if you're taking blood thinners, it's best to be cautious with a papaya. It's a good idea to either avoid it or speak with your doctor before adding it to your diet. While papaya can be a healthy fruit for many, it might not be the best choice if you're managing your blood's clotting ability. Your doctor can help you understand if papaya is safe for you or if you should look for other fruits that won't interfere with your medication. Taking that extra step could help you enjoy your meals safely. 7. Cherries. Risk for joint health and high potassium. Cherries are a delicious treat, especially in the summer months, but they may not be as harmless as they seem. While most of us love to snack on cherries, it's important to be aware of the risks they can pose, especially for seniors. One of the main concerns with cherries is that they're high in potassium. Potassium is an essential nutrient, but for people with kidney disease or those taking certain medications, too much potassium can cause some serious problems. It can put extra strain on the kidneys and in some cases even led to dangerous levels of potassium in the blood. Take Dorothy, for example. She's a 73-year-old woman who has mild kidney disease. She didn't think much of eating cherries regularly until she noticed a decline in her kidney function. Her doctor recommended she avoid high potassium foods, and cherries were one of the first things to go. It's a reminder that even healthy foods like cherries can sometimes cause problems if you have specific health conditions. Experts say that for people with kidney issues, consuming too much potassium can be dangerous. The kidneys are responsible for filtering excess potassium out of the body, but when they're not functioning well, this process becomes much harder. If potassium builds up in the bloodstream, it can lead to serious complications, including heart problems. If you have kidney disease or you're on a potassium-restricted diet for any reason, it's important to be cautious with foods like cherries. Consult with your healthcare provider about which fruits and vegetables are safe for you to eat. There are plenty of other healthy options out there that won't put your kidneys at risk. The takeaway is simple. Cherries can be a risk if you have kidney problems, so it's best to avoid them. Always check with your doctor or a nutritionist to make sure you're making the best choices for your health. To wrap things up, let's quickly recap the 7 fruits that seniors should be cautious about. Grapes, pineapple, mango, citrus fruits, avocados, papaya, and cherries. These fruits can sometimes cause discomfort or complications due to their high sugar content, acidity, or even potential interactions with medications. It's important to be aware of these, but remember, avoiding them doesn't mean you have to give up on fruit entirely. There are still plenty of other fruits that are both delicious and healthy for you, like berries, apples, and bananas. These options can provide all the nutrition you need without the added risks. So don't feel restricted, just make informed choices about what's best for your body. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear about your experiences with these fruits or any other tips you have for healthy eating as we age. Please share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video with someone you care about. Remember, small changes in your diet today can make a big difference in your health tomorrow. Start making those choices now, and you'll be on your way to a healthier and more vibrant life.